In order to determine whether or not an antique brooch that was found on Lot 21 is partially made of gold, his son Alex and his buddy Craig Tester traveled to St. Mary's University in Halifax. The brooch was discovered this year and was inspected by a geologist. Dr. Krista Bro, an associate professor of chemistry who specializes in electrochemical chemistry, as well as metals and their chemical compositions, along with her colleague, Dr. Xiang, are joined by Dr. Bro and Xiang in order to investigate the chemical composition of the brooch and determine whether or not it is composed of gold or any other precious metals. Employing a scanning electron microscope with a high level of optical power, after magnifying the brooch to a magnitude that is tens of thousands of times larger than its true size, the team will analyze its chemical makeup in order to discover whether or not it is composed of gold or any other valuable metals. Pure copper can be found in the dark area, whereas gold can be found in the light area. This is the very first piece of gold that has been certified to have been discovered on Oak Island, and it is regarded as a treasure. In light of the fact that Marty Lagena is thrilled about the discovery and intends to bring in the motherlode this year, he calls a meeting in the war room to inform his brother Rick and the other members of their team about the wonderful news. Marty Lagena, his son Alex, and his friends, together with his business partner Craig Tester, are going to St. Mary's University in order to investigate the prospect of discovering gold in an antique brooch that is located on Lot 21. A key event in the history of the Oak Island treasure hunt has occurred when Rick and Marty Lagena, along with their team, have found their first gold on Oak Island. This discovery marks a crucial development in the journey. They are pushed back further in time than they ever imagined they would be able to see here, as a result of the finding of a brooch and a lead cross that may be older than they ever anticipated. The Oak Island treasure hunt, which has been going on for 223 years, has just started, and the team is currently conducting a new probe drilling operation from within the garden shaft. This operation is being carried out by representatives from Duma Contracting Limited in order to search for valuables just outside the structure. The dilapidated 80-foot deep shaft, which is currently being refurbished by Duma, has yielded high trace evidence of gold through water testing, and it may also be located within a few feet of a potential treasure chamber that is connected to the original money pit. Marty Lagena is hoping to find something extremely substantial in the garden shaft, which is where the treasure search actually begins. They came upon a void in this location, which is roughly 10 feet deep. This void could be a hint of an offset chamber, or it could be a sign that they have found something unexpected. Now that Duma has reached a depth of 55 feet in the reconstruction of the garden shaft, they are about to manually probe drill a number of boreholes that will reach several feet outside of the structure in the hopes of reaching the void and determining what it might contain. In conclusion, the fabled Money Pit treasure vault is currently being reconstructed. The discovery of gold on Oak Island marks a significant step forward in the search for answers to the Oak Island treasure hunt. The team from Duma is using a powerful hydraulic earth drill to probe the garden shaft, using 12 holes at different angles to look for evidence of man-made workings and potential valuables. They are drilling through the tight lining of the shafts, cutting through a small piece of wood on every hole. This wood has been detected as having high gold values in the area. The team is interested in the wood samples and soil samples, and Rick is going to bring them to Emma to dig them out. Emma has shared some news about the gold in the wood, which is surprising. The wood samples extracted from a depth of 55 feet inside the garden shaft contain high trace evidence. At a concentration of 0.11%, it is affixed to the organic material that is the wood. Both the possibility of discovering gold in the wood and the possibility of conducting additional exploration have the crew very enthusiastic. In order to determine whether or not gold is present, they intend to conduct a test on the exterior of the shaft using water samples. This is a significant amount of gold. The crew is very enthusiastic about both of these possibilities. The team is resolute in their pursuit of the gold and intent on carrying on with their inquiry in order to achieve their objective of discovering gold. The team is now working on a gold discovery in the Money Pit location. Despite the fact that the results are astounding and mind-boggling, the team is resolute in their determination to proceed with the water in order to cross-check other samples and discover whether or not they can replicate them. They have high hopes that they might be in close proximity to the genuine treasure, and they are cooperating with one another in order to bring everything together. The geologist Terry Matt and the geologist Charles Barkhouse are keeping a tight eye on the drilling of borehole DN11.5, which has reached the potential treasure zone that is between 80 and 20 feet deep. They have broken through something that is around 90 feet below grade, which means that they are getting closer to the finding all the time. Due to the presence of trapped air and voids in the treasure zone, this void is located within the treasure zone, which is renowned for its high gold values. Currently, Rick and Marty are taking a break and contemplating the next steps to take in this situation. They have discovered a hole in the DN11.5 that appears to coincide with the DN12.5 and DN13.5, all of which have struck a structure that is 94 feet below grade. It is possible that they have reached the end of the tunnel. If Mike is able to hit this vacuum at a distance of around 90 feet in two other neighboring boreholes that are aligned with the garden shaft, the team has lately discovered what they think to be a tunnel that is at the same depth as previously discovered. In light of this, it appears that they may have reached the end of the tunnel. The group is enthusiastic about the possibility of finding riches in the Money Pit region, and they are resolved to gain. There is a group of investigators who are undertaking a treasure search in the area surrounding Oak Island, and the narrative provides a description of them. They are currently searching for a passageway that could lead them to the discovery of a significant quantity of gold that is concealed within the baby blob. The team is resolute in their pursuit of the riches that are located at the bottom of the garden shaft, and they have obtained the results of the X-ray fluorescent spectrometer, XRF, from DN11.5 in order to assist them in their search. Based on the findings of the XRF analysis, it can be concluded that the tunnel is in fact a tunnel, and that it leads to the garden shaft. After being dried out and scanned with XRF, the wood sample that was retrieved from borehole DN11.5 was found to have originated from a tunnel that was approximately 90 feet deep. The findings revealed trace amounts of iron, manganese, titanium, calcium, potassium, and aluminum, all of which are materials that are anticipated to be found in the Oak Island region. The fact that they discovered a sizable quantity of gold, on the other hand, is a very important anomaly. This one-of-a-kind outcome, which was achieved by applying the concept in two distinct modes, in the woods and in the water, has the potential to establish a connection between the team and the location of the treasure, as well as the path from which they must go. On account of the fact that it might lead to an SP spot where exploratory drilling or digging can be carried out, the gold sampling of the water and wood is anticipated to be the most successful endeavor of this year. We are keeping our fingers crossed that this could be the beginning of a chain of evidence that is just as significant as the water sample has been up to this point. In addition to assuring the team that they would continue to work on locating the treasure, the team confirms that they will continue to submit. The team is ready, resolute in their pursuit of the wealth that lies at the bottom of the garden shaft, and they want to make use of the XRF results in order to ascertain its location and the possible direction it could be heading in. Furthermore, the team is committed to supplying further samples in order to assist them in making decisions that are based on accurate information. They are hopeful that their results may lead to the discovery of the wealth that is located at the bottom of the garden shaft.